Let's meet your home team. At point, at 6'0" number 13, JJ Redd.
Now the sand has basically run out on the proverbial timer. At this point, Greg, you're either in or you're out.
Yeah, for most teams, the future is certain. It's the playoffs or 1, 2, 3, Cancun. Teams are either building for the future or liking what they've got.
Now the starting group for the visitors. We've got Morrison, and it's Williams at the pivot, manning the middle. Gonzalez passes to Fletcher. There's a screen by Williams. From 18 feet away, it's up and it's off the mark. He's 0 for 1. Here's ABC. Well-placed jumper from the free throw line.
And he's not going to miss many of those, especially that wide open.
And it is dangerous to let him get it going this early.
Here's Schmidt, laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
The shot by ABC, no good.
Not really what we expected. You know he wants that one back.
And it's Williams with the jams.
Well, he's a bit of an undersized center. However, his leaping ability can certainly mask that.
Here's ABC. He's been a reliable scorer for him as he's averaging up over 13 points a game. Pass to Morrison. From downtown. No good on that one. Gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. Here's ABC. Coming in off a 10-point performance last game out. On the clock. Rebound by Williams.
Yeah, not at his most efficient this quarter. He's got to work on finding high percentage shots.
Three-pointer. Morrison can't hit. Here's ABC.
And how about just floating to the rim on that slam?
Boy, when he gets up, I mean, he gets up. It's up a 3. Out of hand on it. And it ends up out of bounds. And they'll keep possession. To shoot. Here's Morrison. Comes up empty from 19 feet out. Gone 2 of 5 here, making 40% so far to start out the game. So they take the lead. That's 7 points for ABC.
And I like to see this. They're calling his number early, and he's delivering.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Here's ABC. He's got 7. And we're just over.
He's going to put that one in his grab. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to take a minute here to get things straightened out. 'Quick peek at the best rookie free throw shooters over the course of the past month. You look at ABC, second in the NBA. So great from the line.
He has been locked in at the line, taking complete advantage whenever he's got an opportunity to put points on the board.
And here in the first quarter, with a little over 3.5 minutes played, Morrison the pass to Fletcher. They set the pick to the paint. Shot to stop the run.
Well, that's a great pass. He has the timing and rhythm of a metronome.
Gone 4 of 7 from the field, shooting over 50%. Here's ABC. He's got 9. The 3. Down through the hoop it goes. That's his 5th make on 9 shots from the floor.
Well, they just need to keep getting him the ball. He has been terrific.
Here's the 3. Got a piece of it. They get it back. Evans against Gonzalez. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Schmidt. Hands it from downtown. 7 points in the game.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from 3. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Here's ABC. He's got 12. Evans passes to ABC. Can't get it to go. His 5th miss and 10 shots from the floor. Gonzalez with it. Evans picks him up. To the middle. And he dunks it down.
And for a power forward, he can sure get up. I mean, because of that leaping ability, it kind of offsets his height disadvantage.
Williams with the block. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Williams. Duncan, he's checked in for Evans. Here's ABC. He's guarded by Williams. ABC's shot is good.
Well, he's just dominating right now. If his teammates are smart, they'll keep getting him the ball.
Bowen the pass to Fletcher. Pass to Bowen. Here's Kane.
2 minutes remaining in the first. 2 minutes.
4 on the clock. Here's Schmidt. Can't tie it up as that one's no good. Gone 6 of 12 from the field here in the first quarter. ABC passes to Maxwell. And stolen by Williams. There's 1:40 left to play in the first quarter.
Oh, and the lead gets bigger on a ridiculous offensive sequence.
That dunk alone would have been spectacular. Never mind it coming at the end of an alley-oop. And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to have a discussion on the sideline. So it's both teams making substitutions here. And here we can check out this. And so here's the home team. They lead by 7. Here's ABC. 14 points for him. Pass to Travers. 5 on the clock. The shot by ABC, no good. In this first quarter, around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Misses from short range. Somehow misses the two-handed jam.
Come on, you can't be doing that. I know these guys want to put on a show, but you can't pass up scoring opportunities.
And we've reached the end of the first quarter. Up 7. And back in a moment as we'll get underway with quarter number 2. And thanks again for tuning in. If you're just joining us, we've played through 1 quarter of action so far. Guys, what's your take on the home team so far?
You could see they were well prepared defensively coming into this one.
KYP, know your personnel. So far, good attention to the scouting report.
Shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. They've got Bowen, and it's Hayward in at the 4-man position. Here's ABC. Nails the 16-footer. ABC's got 16.
Well, when you have a scorer as skilled as he is, you do everything you can to get him the looks he needs.
A shot by Hayward, wide open. That three off the mark. Here's ABC. The 19-foot shot. That one, no good.
Well, that's a miss you can live with. I expect they'll go to it again, especially if the defense continues to concede it.
Wound up there for Clark, and then Clark slams it in.
Well, that's a smart pass in close quarters.
We play just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
On 2 of 3 from the field here to open the second quarter. To the inside. And there's the whistle. 3-second violation.
A moment here to check out some numbers for Clark. His last 10 games, he's around 10 points per game, 6 rebounds, and 2 assists. And most of all, you have to love the defensive grit he brings to games when he comes off the bench.
Yeah, I loved having options like him off the bench. Guys who bring effort. They can change the attitude of a team.
Here's Bowen. Hopping on the board. It's Clark with the rebound. And here we go. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Punkrashov, the pass to Bowen. Here's Moss. And he can't bank that one in.
And that's the battle they haven't been winning today. Their work on the glass has been porous, and that's got to change. Yeah, these defenders just look a bit overmatched, especially inside.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He made the decision to huddle up with his guys and talk about strategy. Now we see the league's top assist team since All-Star. They've been displaying some great teamwork.
Clearly, this group's on the same page offensively, and the chemistry continues to improve as well. The assist totals off the charts.
The putback, he hangs in there and cashes in on the second chance points.
You know we talk about it all the time, guys. Those second chance buckets, always the result of that extra effort.
Here's ABC, and he uses the glass on the layup. ABC's got 22 points.
Every time they get scored on during this run, it's come from inside the paint.
Morrison the pass to Punkrashov. Tries from 16. ABC grabs the board. Gone 5 of 6 so far from the field in the second quarter. Now we'll hear from Allie LaForce, and she's got a story for us. An update. Allie?
Thanks. The NBA has style. Commissioner Adam Silver said this is a unique league. It's also a lifestyle brand. There's a strong association with music, fashion, culture, and also art. And the way to grow the sport is to appeal beyond those who are hardcore basketball fans. That's where our success has come. Guys?
Yeah, but we sure love those die-hard fans, don't we? Thank you, Allie. And guys, hold on now. I'm getting word we have Shams Charania calling in. Shams, what do you have for us?
Well, guys, a lot of excitement about the upcoming 2026 draft class, but quietly, some scouts voicing early concern about the quality of prospects in the class of 27. Now, there's still time for players to emerge, but expect this to impact the way teams value those picks.
Something to keep an eye on, no doubt. Shams, thank you very much for the report. And the first one at the line is good. And so he hits both. Gone 6 of 8 from the field in the second quarter. Officiating is always a hot topic among fans, and it's never going to go away. And some people think the game is called too closely now.
Careful, Kevin. Well, we don't need any fines over here. Fans are bound to get frustrated with certain calls, but overall, I think our officials do a great job. The game is about as fair as it can be.
And he can't get the first one. And no good on the second free throw, so he goes 0 for 2 there.
Well, that's a rarity for him, not being able to cash in on the trip to the line.
Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark.
And they've only got a slight edge on the boards, but they just feel a lot bigger. And guys, that's not as easy as he made it look. You've got to have some skills to pull that off.
Well, he's got plenty of those, that's for sure. Now here's Gonzalez. He has yet to score, and the foul called on ABC. That's his first foul.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Your home team, Nathan Maxwell, Clyde Evans,
Three-pointer, good on the triple. 14 points for him.
Listen, it's a team sport, but without him, this deficit would be a lot bigger.
ABC uses the glass to finish the layup.
Well, he's a reason why they're winning right now. He's been efficient offensively, and his confidence continues to grow.
Here's Schmidt. Hits it from three-point range.
Yeah, these defenders had better start closing down on shooters.
Turn around Jay. Offensive rebound. Pass to ABC. Second shot opportunity. Rebound by Williams.
And I was sure that was money on that one, but everyone is afforded an easy miss or two.
Yeah, it was a great look. Sometimes they don't fall. You've just got to keep taking great shots. Well, there's no question he's carrying the load in this quarter, but he's going to need some help.
Here's ABC. And timeout call by Kenny Atkinson. Coach is going to talk some things over with the team. Might be seeing something to adjust. And that concludes the first half. Up 10. And we'll be back right after halftime for the start of the third quarter. We'll see you in a bit.
Welcome. First up on the agenda tonight, let's see how the Rookie of the Year race is shaping up. What a splash these young fellas have made, huh?
You want to see a splash? Watch Shaq do a cannonball. He can empty a whole pool. We were in Cancun one summer, Ernie, and it was crazy.
Well, that's how you're supposed to do it. When Kenny jumps in the water, it barely moves.
And let's move on to that first half. Talk about a rough start for the visiting team.
It's not a huge deficit on the boards, but enough to where they're giving away possessions, and that adds up, guys.
Yeah, if they're planning a comeback, better rebounding is where they need to start.
And that is a wrap. Now let's send you back to Kevin Harlan for the start of the third quarter.
And happy you could join us. We've got 2 quarters left to go in regulation. When you look at ABC in this game, he's been everywhere.
And he's been a monster in this game, throwing down some huge dunks. And I wasn't sure the rim would even survive in that first half.
Well, as a defense, you can't allow him that much room in the post. That's just asking for trouble.
shooting percentage, 59%. The offense is running smooth. They've got Maxwell. He's out there with ABC, and it's Evans in at the 2 guard. That's the group starting the second half for Kenny Atkinson. Count that bucket. 30 points for ABC.
Another good play. This is how they built the lead, calling on the right guys at the right time.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
No good off the front iron.
It's a +5 advantage for them in rebounding after that one.
Oh, and he misses the dunk.
Yeah, he might want to avoid looking over at the bench for a little bit here. A missed dunk like that is infuriating to a coach.
And they are really racking up the assists in this one.
And their team chemistry is evident. These guys enjoy playing with one another. Wow, and that sort of showmanship is just deflating right now to a team trying to get back into a game like this.
Ouch, Greg, that is definitely an emphasis jam. A big apostrophe or exclamation point, maybe even a question mark. Schmidt buries the long-range jumper. He's got 24.
Yeah, he's in such a great rhythm right now. Makes sense to get him the ball any way you can.
Yeah, when you have a guy playing like he has been recently, he's got to be the first option on every possession.
Drives to the hoop.
Taking it to the rack with power.
Hammering down the two-hand slam. And so we see a technical foul called here. They're going to hit him for hanging too long on the rim.
And though I know he's having fun, it's unnecessary. Showing up the other team either here or down the road, that can give them some motivation against you.
Gone 1 of 3 since starting the second half. Morrison, the pass to Gonzalez. Steps back and shoots. It's not going to go for him. Gone 3 of 4 so far in the third quarter from the field. Pretty good start to the half.
Well, he hit a couple of threes in the first half, but none since then.
And the foul is called. He intentionally grabbed him there for some reason. I don't know.
Kevin, all I can think of is that he's trying to slow the game down a little bit.
Right.
That's a stretch, though. Definitely a strange move on his part.
The lead now in single digits.
Something's brewing, guys. The three-pointers just continue to flow.
Here's ABC trying to answer back, but that three is off the mark. And they blow the whistle for a foul. He was trying to disrupt the fast break opportunity.
Team foul.
Gone 2 of 5 shooting here in the third quarter. And it's blocked. And that goes out of bounds. And they retain possession. Just under 2.5 minutes into the third quarter now. Here's ABC. And it's a great finish!
Oh my gosh.
And this sort of awesome dunk is one of the reasons this team is in charge of this game.
Well, there's a swagger out there. You can see it on the court that they possess and are not afraid to show it either. Home team on D. 17 points was their biggest margin. And they go to the intentional foul.
Really no idea why you're fouling in a situation like that. You know, maybe there's some bad blood between those two.
So they foul intentionally.
JJ Redd. Second personal foul. Fifth team foul.
The first free throw is good. And so he makes both from the line. Gone 4 of 7 to get things started here in the second half.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. And the foul called on ABC.
Second personal foul.
So that will be his second foul of the game. We're in the bonus, and we'll go to the line to shoot 2. He doesn't get the second one.
Another rebound hauled in. They're hitting the glass with a lot of passion.
Hit some rim on the way in, and the bucket's good. ABC's got 12 now in this quarter. Outside Williams. drops in the layup for two.
And that tells the tale here today, guys. Throughout this game, they've been able to get the ball in tight and finish.
Here's ABC. A three-pointer off the mark. Gone 3 of 8 so far in the third quarter, looking to lock in that rhythm. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there. Yeah, I like that they haven't lost their aggressiveness here in the second, despite being down.
That one goes. Count it. ABC's got 42 in the game.
Well, with the way he's scoring right now, they're just going to keep feeding.
There's the triple. Evans with the rebound.
Well, you can tell he thinks he should have had that one. Even harder on him when he's got a good look like that and it doesn't go down.
And watching that defensive effort right there, you wonder how much they want this game.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Sinks the triple. He's got 32.
And really, as the three-pointers keep dropping, you get the sense that the frustration is mounting for the defense.
Pass to ABC. Second chance shot, and he drives in, and that one is good.
And I like that they're not settling. Getting the ball on the interior, 8 of their last 10 coming that way.
And so the timeout by Joe Mazzulla here. He's going to make some adjustments to the game plan. Bring up the 2K leaderboard and see who's led the league in blocks in the second half of the season. Outside, Gonzalez. Fletcher pass to Morrison. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Jacks up a 3. That one doesn't go.
+8 in the rebound differential. One more reason why they're in control.
And the basket is good. ABC's got 48.
Well, he's been nothing short of fantastic this game, and he has his team in a great spot as this thing winds down.
Shot from free throw range. Can't hit that one. Just 33% in the second half so far. They need to look at more high-quality shots. Connects again.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show.
Looking to make plays for others. We've seen this from him all night.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
And they get a bet. Williams has gone 3 for 5 from the field.
Yeah, that's a tough call right there, and really a tough break.
Personal foul. First team foul. Coming onto the floor for the away team.
He lobs up the alley-oop pass. Out to Duncan.
Benjamin Bowen.
Down low. Hits the three-point bomb. He's got 7.
And certainly they are not hesitating, letting it fly from deep here in the second.
And the foul called on ABC. That's his 3rd foul so far. Bonus situation in effect, so we'll head to the free throw line for 2. And the first one drops. Both good from the line that time. Guys, they have a really solid lead at this point.
Definitely, and they haven't faced much resistance.
And good! There's another.
And he's up to 52 points.
Yeah, making a GA look all too easy right now. Pass to Bowen. Over in the corner, Williams. Shot clock at 6. Here's Bowen from outside the arc. A three-pointer is right on target. Bowen's got 5 points now this quarter.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
That free throw, no good.
Well, probably a little draft in the arena tonight. He's the last guy you expect to miss the mark by that
much. Absolutely. Just 39% from the field, struggling to find that net. Fires for three. ABC grabs the board. ABC's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. There's the killer two-handed slam.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Bowling the pass to Moss. Inside, here's Soto. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Nice pass inside, making things easy for him.
1 second separating the shot clock and game. Here's Cameron. Misses the deep three-point attempt. Here's Soto, and he was able to put it up in time, but it doesn't fall. Well, through 3 quarters of play, down double digits, it may be difficult to overcome. They lead by 13, and we're coming right back after this break to get the 4th quarter underway. And it's time now to bring you our State Farm assist of the game.
And definitely deserving of the prize tonight. How about the read he made here? Looking like a point guard, put the pass right on the money.
Well, his height gives him the ability to see the floor, and he makes a quick decision and a great pass.
And we reach the 4th quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Bowen, and it's Moss in at the 2 guard.
They have been board dominant in this game. That's definitely been a factor in crafting this huge lead. And when the score is as lopsided as it is, and you can see they smell blood in the water, our man is going for the jugular.
To the middle, here's Soto, and he drops in the layup off the glass.
Well, you love assisted hoops. That's good offense.
Let's go. It's good, only a few seconds into the shot clock. 59 points for ABC.
Well, they wouldn't be in the position they're in without his contribution. He has tormented this defense.
Benjamin Bowen.
And didn't do anything fancy there, but didn't need to.
Nope, his only concern right now is getting the points on the board. I don't mean style points. Just over a minute played here in the 4th. The shot by ABC, no good. Gone 2 of 3 from the field to get the 4th quarter started.
2nd personal foul. 1st team foul.
So it's the visitors now. A 12-point game. It's rebounded by Trevor.
Yeah, those shots from him are certainly not helping their case.
And the ball goes out of play, unable to keep it in.
Away team ball.
Both teams will make substitutions. And we've made our way through just over a minute and a half in this 4th quarter. Bowen the pass to Fletcher.
Home team foul. Dylan Duncan. 3rd personal foul. 2nd team foul.
Soto the pass to Bowen. Here's Moss. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And that one, good.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's Schmidt. Offline with his three. Gone 3 of 7 from the floor in the fourth. That's a 42% mark in the quarter. Here's ABC. Jams it in off the great move.
And he just keeps on going. He's got more points than anybody else out there.
And 38% from the field. A pretty neat showing for them. Here's Schmidt. And it's going to be out of bounds. They'll keep possession.
Substitution on the court.
Minute of action now gone here in the fourth. Pass to Morrison. 6 on the shot clock. There's the screen to the inside. And down it goes. Done through off a wonderful assist.
Strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play.
Well, that's exactly what's needed when you're trying to turn things around.
Here's ABC with the drive. Rebound by Williams. Williams has got 6 rebounds here tonight. Gets a hand on it.
Well, sometimes you tell players you can have a good game in a loss. You've just got to keep doing what you're doing, and the rest of us have to figure it out. Yeah, really unlike him to have this kind of game from 3.
Down low, here's Schmidt. It's rebounded by Trevor.
The defense ready for him on that possession. They had to be because he is so strong in the paint.
And Matador defense, that's one of the easiest shots he is ever going to see.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this gap.
And that one, good. He's got 39.
An extremely efficient and productive game for him, but again, he's not going to be able to do it all by himself.
Second personal foul, first team foul. At the line for 2, number 23.
First one falls for him. No good on the second, so he hits 1 of 2. Gone 5 of 12 from the field entering the fourth quarter. And he commits the intentional foul.
Third team foul.
Here's Morrison. And so they choose to intentionally foul.
Number 23, fourth personal foul, fourth team foul.
To the paint, here's Fletcher. Scored the bucket. He's made 5 so far, shooting a very clean 5 of 7.
Well, you want to shoot a high percentage from the floor? That's where you go with the ball.
Here's ABC. Can't hit from in close.
And that's an important rebound, and especially on a night where the board work has not been their best.
Oh, look at that. He throws it into a reverse with a jam.
And how about that? What a sensational finish.
Hey, you got to be able to get some hang time through that one. And so Joe Mazzulla calls for the timeout. Clearly, he's got something his players need to hear, and immediately. Now, let's take a minute to talk to Allie LaForce courtside. Allie.
Over the break, I listened in on Joe Mazzulla's huddle. They told the team to dig deep, play with passion, finish this game out right. We'll see if they do, guys.
All right, Allie, we thank you for that. All right, here's Williams. A great pass leads him right to the rack.
It's those kind of passes that bring up the entire team's confidence.
Williams with the steal. From about 16. That does not go. gone 6 of 13. So just above 46% on their field goal attempts here in the quarter. No good.
Great D. Affecting the shot, then crashing the
2
board.
minutes remaining in the game. 2 minutes.
Big time jam. He was ready to receive and deliver.
You gotta love his aggressiveness to finish inside.
Well, his leaping ability gives him a great advantage. Up again. Can't get it to go. About 43% here in the fourth quarter. Here's ABC. Lock at 6. Another bucket. Wow.
And he's nearing the single-game franchise record in scoring.
Absolutely on fire. Already a night to remember and approaching some history to boot. Buries the deep ball.
Defensively, if you're going to disrupt his rhythm, you have to put more pressure on him.
Shooting about 59% from the floor offensively. They've been running without a hitch. No good.
And not allowing the shooter even an inch of breathing room on that one.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
They're this close to putting it away.
Yeah, they don't need to do anything special. Just take time off the clock.
Five to shoot. Williams with the rebound.
Just too big a deficit to come back from at this point.
Well, you want your players to keep playing hard, but let's be honest. This game's over.
Not gonna go. Gonzalez against Evans. And so the home crowd is ready to a win. Some good competition, but the hometown advantage and their ability to stay focused, I think, made the difference.
Yeah, and the first step in becoming a good team is your ability to win at home. And they really seem to revel in that opportunity. And this is what they came out to do.
That's it, folks. The NBA regular season is in the books. Here with Stan Van Gundy, Greg Anthony, and Allie LaForce, I'm Kevin Harlan, signing off for this presentation of NBA basketball. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, ABC.